Welcome to Keto Love Pray in the Kitchen. I'm Wendy. Tonight we're going to put together a pot of easy keto chili. It's about 15 minutes of prep and then about 30 to 60 minutes of simmering depending on how much time you have, and it'll be ready to eat. Let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is put about a cup of water in here. I preheated my, as you can hear, my pot a little bit. I'm going to use 3 cans of diced tomatoes. I'm using the Simple Organic. These are 14.5-ounce cans. So we'll get those started. What I typically do is then maybe put a little bit of water in there to get that last bit of tomato out. So there's our base. I have already browned 3 pounds of ground beef. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in. Very carefully. You'll notice I don't have an apron on, or a bib as my kids like to call it. I have a great one on order from Amazon, and I will share a link when we put this up because I wish it would be here tonight, but it's not quite here yet. Okay, 3 pounds of ground beef. I used an 80-20, 20% fat. Again, with keto, we're not afraid of fat, so it'll be a nice filling keto chili that your family will love. Okay, there we go to get started. So, of course, no chili would be complete without chili powder. I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of chili powder. The other thing you can do as you're preparing this is you can brown your ground beef with these ingredients, and then the beef will take in those flavors a little bit more. We're also going to use some granulated garlic. Of course, you can always use the fresh cloves, but since this is an easy keto recipe, we're going to use the granulated. I've got 1 teaspoon, which equals 4 cloves of fresh garlic. I've got 2 tablespoons of cumin, because no chili recipe would be complete without cumin. We've got some ground black pepper, and in this case we're going to use 1 teaspoon. As I've talked about before, I love Costco, so you'll notice all my Kirkland spices. It's a really cost-effective way to buy spices. Got 1 tablespoon of oregano. My mom always loved to put oregano in her chili, so that flavor reminds me a lot of my mom. We've got 2 tablespoons of chopped dried onion. Again, you can use fresh onion. I use 2 tablespoons of dried onion. In regular onion, that would be a half a cup. Of course, no recipe would be complete without our salt. We've got the Redmond's real salt. I'll put a link to that. Mined from the ancient salt beds in Salt Lake City. So it's a very pure form of salt. We love Redmond's real salt. And that is 2 teaspoons of Redmond's real salt. So I'm mixing that up a little bit. You'll see we've got that nice chili color already mixing. Last thing I'm going to add, because again this is a nice fatty keto chili, is some Polish Kielbasa. And this one is pork, again the Simple Truth brand. And this is a package and a little bit extra because I had a little bit of extra in my refrigerator already. So this is a nice meaty chili. This will satisfy all of the chili lovers in your life without adding all those beans in that add those extra carbs. And last but not least, I'm going to put in a cup of green bell pepper. Again, it just adds a little bit of additional flavor as well as some color. You can obviously use a cup of fresh chopped bell pepper, but I like to keep the bell pepper in my freezer so that I've got it handy for any recipes, and again, it makes the prep time much quicker. So we've got all our ingredients there. It's looking good. It's starting to smell good. We're going to give this about 30 minutes to simmer, and then I will come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, I added another cup of water and brought this to a boil over medium heat. Then I turned the heat down to a simmer or two and covered it, and it's been about an hour, and you can see those ingredients are blending together really nicely. It smells great. It's good and hot. Great dinner for a cold winter's night. This also works well in the crock pot. I would probably add another can of the tomatoes and then another cup or two of water, because that's going to cook down quite a bit during the day. So we are going to serve this up and let you see what it looks like. My family loves, of course, cheese, except for me because I don't eat a lot of dairy. So we're going to put some shredded cheddar. I do shred my own cheese on keto. A lot of the pre-shredded brands include cellulose or sometimes potato starch, which add carbs that we just don't need. I'm going to put a little sour cream dollop on here. Again, more good, healthy fat. Finish that off with a few of our favorite olives. And you're ready to eat. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this recipe, please like it. And if you'd like to see more recipes like it, please subscribe to Keto Love Pray on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining us. Okay, you ready?
Action.
Did you already push the button? Start over.